If you build it, they will come. Or will they? My name is Kristen Arnold, and I am a master facilitator and a leading authority on moderating panel discussions. And if you build a panel discussion, you can't just rely on people to show up. Let's find out what you need to do to make sure that you are marketing your panel discussion. When it comes to marketing your panel discussion, there are basically three key things that you need to do. First and foremost is to write compelling copy. It starts, yes, with your topic. Your topic might be AI, artificial intelligence, but that's not enough to really hook people in. So what is it about that topic? What is it that I want the audience to do with that? I want to talk about the good and the bad and the ugly of AI. Now I'm starting to think title. What's the thing in between there? Between you having a topic and what the title is. And I call this the controlling idea. Many of us forget what it is that we want the audience to think, do, or feel as a result of this panel. So if we want to talk about AI, let's just say I want people to be more curious about AI, or I want people to try using AI to make their processes more efficient. Notice one's more general, one's more specific. Controlling idea, you decide what the controlling idea is. But I would say the good, the bad, and the ugly of AI, okay, you might get a few people to come up. But if you're writing promotional copy that says how to make your lives easier, more efficient using AI, maybe you might have a better chance at people coming. Now, I am not a great title writer, but if I know that AI is going to make my processes more efficient, and this panel is going to give me some ideas about how to do that, I'm going to be inspired, I'm going to walk away with some takeaways. That's what the promotional copy should say. This is the promise. The promotional copy is the promise about what the panel moderator and the panelists are going to deliver to the audience. And the more that you can make that about the audience and what they're going to walk away with, the more of a compelling hook, title you're going to have. So think about it from the audience's perspectives as you're writing that promotional copy. So as you're writing that promotional copy, it's really important that you're clear and concise. Nobody's reading tons and tons of copy. Maybe a paragraph, maybe a few objectives, what they're going to walk away with. The bios of the moderator and the panelists, just very, very short. People have short time spans, so you want everything to be clear and concise. As you're writing that copy, make sure that you highlight the benefits and the takeaways somewhere in there. Maybe you've got some learning objectives. You're going to walk away with a plethora of ideas about how to integrate AI into your normal everyday practices. What's the promise that you're making? As you're writing your testimonial, you might want to even tack on kind of what I call the FOMO, the fear of missing out. If you don't come to this panel, you are going to be missing out on some amazing secrets about how the top leaders in our industry are using AI on how they're streamlining their business practices. A little bit of that language, as well as some inclusive language, like you are going to experience this. It's unplugged. I love using unplugged as part of a panel description or even part of the title. It just means it's not going to be recorded. You can't get it anywhere. I love that. It's that spontaneous conversation. So I'm curious, what are your favorite channels that you like to make sure that you're marketing, promoting your panel? If you would just write those down in the comment form, that would be awesome. And while you're there, just hit that like button on this video, even subscribe to this channel for more tips on how to organize a panel discussion. If you do have some testimonials of either the panelists sharing their wisdom on other panels or on a stage, feel free to sprinkle those in. And lastly, end with a call to action, which is make sure you attend or register here or put it on your calendar or make sure that you attend, like ask, make the ask. It's just like a salesperson. did you ask for the business? Well, no, I just gave them lots of good information. Okay, here's my good information. Here's my promotional copy. No, ask them to come. Register here. Make sure you put it on your calendar and make sure that it's easy to get on their calendar. Finally, if you are a math geek like I am, you might want to do some A/B testing, especially for the big panel discussions. You put out one promotional copy, A, and you put out another promotional copy, B, and see what happens. Like, which one did better? So that you can learn which copy works best for your audience. Alrighty, so that's strategy number one. You have compelling copy. Number two is you figure out, where are your distribution channels? Where are you going to be able to reach your audience? Now, what a lot of people do is they do what they've always done. I would suggest that you step back and you say, where does my audience hang out? Where can I reach them? So most people think social media. Okay, well, does my crowd hang out on that social media channel, or do they hang out on a different social media channel? You might want to think about targeting, whether it's paid or organic targeting on social media. You might want to think about, am I going to put out an email blast if I happen to have people's emails? Can I do an email blast? Or maybe it's an industry magazine, I'm going to do an advertisement, or maybe I'm going to coordinate with a sponsor, and the sponsor can provide some visibility for the panel. But your main source, the one that you have to get right, is the conference program information, whether it's printed up on the website or it's on the app, all of the above. If the meeting organizers can't get this right, because that's the source of truth. You might change the title, you might change the panelists as you get closer to the date, but your website and your app is ground truth. It has to have the most current, up-to-date copy. So now that you have the copy and you know your distribution channels, now you match the copy with the distribution channel. The same copy for each distribution channel won't work. You have to customize that copy for each distribution channel. For example, what you write on LinkedIn to your business colleagues is different than what you would write on Facebook, which is more of the friend side. If you're doing a TikTok promotional, that's a shorter video than you would put up as a promotional for a YouTube. So think about how you're going to craft that copy to the channels that you've identified, and then create that asset that you're going to post on those channels, or the email that you're going to send out, or the survey that you're going to send out. Think about first, what's your content, where are you going to send it, and then you customize that content for where you're going to send it. And I don't see this happen that much, is that you should encourage your panel moderator and your panelists to take that content and repurpose it and send it out on their channels, so that you're leveraging your panel moderator and your panelists so that your extent is being reached even further. Whether they put it on social media, or they send an email to their peeps, or they contact people who are in their organization or their industry contacts, or maybe they might have some people that they've worked with that might want to sponsor the panel as well, get involved. So don't forget to use your panelists as well as your panel moderator. Final strategy is you really want to think about, how do you want to engage with the audience? I've actually done a video on how do you engage with the audience, and beforehand, you can use these channels to not only promote and market your panel, but you can actually use those channels to gather information that helps shape the discussion of the panel. And when there's kind of this desire, there's this desire that the audience members want to be part of the co-creation process. As you're marketing this panel, this is a great opportunity for you to engage the audience, to help co-create, to help shape that panel. So in your social media posts, in your email blasts, in everything that you're doing, in sending out that content, that compelling copy that you created, is ask them for their opinion so that there's engagement even beforehand. You could be asking them, what questions do you want to see? Who do you want as panelists if the panelists haven't been selected? What kinds of topics do you want us to discuss? What would be of most valuable? What's the biggest challenge that you have? Get the audience engaged up front to help shape and co-create that panel. So when you have a panel, it's more than just creating the panel and hoping people come. If you build it, they will come. I don't think so. You have to market that panel. It's one of the many things that you have to do as an organizer. So if you want more information about how to organize a panel, I have a free downloadable white paper called How to Organize a Panel, and you can find it at www.powerfulpanels.com/panel-organizer. Hey, thanks for watching.